Welcome to another Howls and Growls breakdown, and today we're talking about how Naz Reid is unstoppable and how the Minnesota Timberwolves have a certain play call that makes him even more deadly. I've mentioned this play before in videos, but since Naz Reid entered the starting lineup and became the best player to ever live, the Timberwolves have really started hammering this set, and it's become apparent that teams simply can't stop it when they do. This play has turned from something we got a glimpse of every now and again to a nightly occurrence, and it's always Reid on the finishing end of it. The play is a Horns exit set. Now there are some variations to it and different things that the Wolves springboard into out of it, but at the heart of them all is this Horns exit play call. So you get the Horns part of it here, with Naz Reid as the potential screener and a shooting threat as the other one on the other side. Now it's always going to be Reid who comes up to screen, while the other Horn curls through here into the corner, and you see when he gets into that corner, he's going to come off an exit screen to be a shooting option. So that's where the Horns exit comes from, but as you see, it's Reid who ends up with the bucket, and that's what this whole action is geared toward, and that's because there just aren't bigs around who can pivot out of screens and burst into rolling lanes like he can. Here are those Horns again, and what the curl does is take away the middle help here, so when Reid pivots out of the screen, he's heading downhill and the helper is following the shooter in the opposite direction. So even if the defender realizes what's happening, he's already out of position and having to recover from a disadvantaged position, and Reid is an elite finisher in those types of situations. What we have been seeing recently though is Minnesota adding different layers to this action by initiating it in different ways. So on this action, instead of the Horns alignment, they set up for staggered pin downs here for Jaden McDaniels to curl off, but rather than coming up into a ball screen, McDaniels ghosts the screen, McLaughlin shuffles down to set the exit screen as McDaniels curls back around into the corner and takes his man away from that help position again. Now Reid can come up and set that screen. This defender is stuck between helping in the paint and staying home on the shooter, and Reid can slip in behind the defense while timing up his role perfectly with the ball handler. So rather than telegraphing it by setting up that Horns alignment, Minnesota can get into essentially the same play coming out of other opening actions. Again, you see it here. McDaniels comes in behind Reid as if they're running double ball screens. Instead, he ghosts all the way back into that corner again, and the Wolves get Reid going downhill where he can read the defense and stop short for a little floater. The thing that really makes this such a tough cover for defenses is that Naz Reid can really shoot the ball. If a defense tries to switch or hang back on the screen to shut off that lane, they're opening themselves up to a wide open pick and pop three. You see on this possession again, they use this little flip pass to begin the play rather than the Horns, and it's Walker Kessler down here in a deeper drop. So when Naz Reid comes out on the screen, he just pops instead. They don't get the switch right, and now he's walking into a wide open three. And that is the counter for this action. If teams want to hang around the paint to prevent Naz Reid's drive, Reid is going to flare out off the ball screen and be one of the most accurate pick and pop shooters in the league. And even when Minnesota is facing a team that switches well, he's got the savvy to still execute this set. You see here, Houston are switching the ball screen right away, with Jabari Smith coming up and Van Vliet switching onto Reid, but Reid can just seal off that switch here, and he's got that whole lane open because that original curling cut has taken the helper away. So Naz Reid can be awesome just playing on instinct and a rare mix of skills, but when the Timberwolves deploy him in this action, they've yet to find an opponent who can effectively stop him. Thanks again for watching Howls and Growls. Please subscribe for more.